here we are. We're going to be dividing by a constant. As you've been told, we need to distribute the operation. So we need to distribute our division. Perhaps a good question is exactly how. So let's look at the numerator. The numerator is 4z squared plus 8z divided by 4. So as we distribute the division, what we're going to do is we're going to imagine brackets around the numerator. And in fact, they are implied. So I could write this as 4z squared plus 8z divided by 4. And remember that the numerator is in brackets. And I could distribute that division twice. And in fact, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take a look at it in a different way. I'm going to write it as 4z squared plus 8z all divided by 4. And the reason why we write it as a stacked division rather than what's written in green is because the stacked division, the one in pink, is the most common in algebra. What I'm going to do is recognize that the numerator is being divided by 4. So I need to distribute that division to all the terms in the numerator, just like what I did with multiplication. So I would write this as 4z squared divided by 4. And then the next term of my polynomial, I need to also divide that by 4. We're all right? Now, here, I'm going to take a look at 4z squared divided by 4. I only divide the constant with other constants. The z squared stays as it is. Now, here my coefficients are 8 divided by 4. We know that's 2. And the variable sticks along. So my final answer is z squared plus 2z. So when we multiply and divide, what we'll notice is we almost have these two different thoughts. We're going to multiply the constants, and then we're going to multiply the variables, if it's applicable. So far, it's not applicable. And by the way, same with dividing. We're going to divide the constants and then divide the variables. Since we're unable to divide by a variable right now because there are no variables in the bottom, it's just 4, we simply don't divide by a variable. All right. Negative signs are tricky. Very tricky. Let's just keep this. What I'm going to do is that this is 4 or 12x divided by 60, all divided by negative 3. Okay, first things first, let's acknowledge that whoever wrote this, you should never write a negative sign in the denominator. But they did. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my division, or distribute my division, to both terms in the numerator. So I could write it as 12x divided by negative 3 minus 60 divided by negative 3. I'm going to evaluate or simplify my first term. Nope, not there. Sorry. I'm going to distribute things were going well. There we are. I'm going to simplify that first term. So 12x divided by negative 3. Well, I'm going to divide 12 by negative 3. That is negative 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. 4x. And now I have negative 60 divided by 3. Now notice how I don't say subtract 60 divided by negative 3. I view this as negative 60 divided by 3, and that is positive 20. So the answer is negative 4x plus 20. All right. This one's bound to make you feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to start off by distributing that division to my two terms of my numerator. So it's 13x squared over 4 plus 7x all over 4. And when I take a look at this, perhaps this makes me feel uncomfortable because I'm trying to think, what is 13 divided by 4? I'll do it for you. It's 13 over 4 x squared. Plus, now what's 7 divided by 4? Instead of reaching out, I'm saying 1.75, write it as 7 over 4 and x. And in fact, that is your final answer. And I guess I have this thought here. Don't be afraid of an improper fraction. And the further up we get into polynomials, and we'll deal with some pretty nasty polynomials in high school, an improper fraction as a coefficient is not uncommon, and they're a lot easier to deal with.